So today's project, what we're going to try to do is extend this vegetable bed slightly more. So maybe about a foot or two from the current length of the bed. So that's going to give us a little bit of extra space to grow a little bit of these leaves that are currently a bit too crowded. So it's going to look fairly larger like this, and it's going to still allow us enough space to pass through. It's not a lot of space for a lot of you gardeners, of course, because you have a lot of land, but for us it's going to make a little bit of a difference to have this extra couple of inches here to grow a little bit more of the vegetables. So we're going to keep the width same, but the length is going to extend a little bit more up to here. So let's get going, guys. Now that we have cleared most of this area, we have reclaimed part of this grassland that we had here. We're going to now replace this topsoil with something with. Now that we have removed most of the grass here, the next step is to replace this topsoil, which is quite poor, full of rocks, with our compost. We got our fresh compost, now just going to fill it in. Next step, we're going to water the reclaimed land that's full of compost so that it's nice and wet before we do the transplanting. So it's gotten too hot now out here. What we're going to do is, since the bed is prepared now, we're going to come back when the sun is not too hot out, and we're going to do the transplanting. We don't want to do that when it's too hot so that there's a lot of transplant shock. So I'll see you guys after a couple of hours. Hi guys, now it's a bit nice and cool. It's time to do a bit of transplanting. So we want to give a very deep watering to all the transplanted seedlings. Make sure that they can adjust in their new home. But you don't want to flood them either. You just want to make sure that it's nice and wet, like a sponge. Where we took the seedlings from, the previously crowded areas, and the reason is because the soil has also moved there and there might have been some disturbance, so we want to make sure we can water them as well. And that's it, guys. So if you take a look, this is the newly reclaimed area that we managed to add on to our vegetable garden. And it might not seem like a lot for a lot of the gardeners who have plenty of land, but for us, we have very small plot here, so every little inch that we add on adds a bit of extra help for us. So it's going to be a garden for spinach and lettuce, so we're quite excited. So let's see how it goes with this new plot. Thanks a lot for joining, guys. I'll keep you guys updated. See you next time. Bye. Hi guys, so this is now 2 days later from our initial video that we had done on this. Hi friends, welcome back. It's been a couple of days now. We are back to our reclaimed area. If you remember, we had added back about 10 to 12 inches here. That has really been quite important for us because we wanted to replant some of the spinach and lettuce that was a bit too crowded over here. So we have moved them here, so you can see after the transplanting it's looking quite nice and quite healthy after a couple of days. It was looking really sorry on the day of the transplant and especially the next day, but you have to be extremely patient with transplanting. If you take a look at my transplanting video as well, that's one of the things. You don't want to overwater, overlove these plants. Once you move them out to their new homes, give them some time to relax, to rest, and to get adjusted in the new spot so that their roots can find their way in the new home. It's a bit like, you know, when you send a child to a new school. You don't want to show up to the school every single day, right? You want to give the child a little bit of time to make new friends, to figure out how the new environment is like. And it's really about being very patient, and that's the key with gardening. One of the things is you have to be very patient and loving. So I think this is something that this project has gone quite well for us. It's not a huge project as you might see on bigger gardens and farms, but for us, you know, we have a very small vegetable plot. It makes quite a bit of difference in the production of food and making sure that we have some space allocated for the lettuce and for our spinach as well. So this is looking quite healthy. Now we are in the rain season, so you can see our garden is getting quite lush. It's quite green, full of energy. So this is the progress after 20 days. You can see the reclaimed part of this extra land that we added to our plot has really flourished with a lot of compost and a lot of seeds and a lot of bok choy coming up here, and it's doing really well. So it has really helped to get this extra piece of land here for us.